Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 136 and today I have got some bad news to start off with in today's episode of Hermitcraft. And that is the fact that I think I'm getting ill. I feel like I am getting ill at this point in time. I seem to have a slightly bunged up nose, everything aches. My head is absolutely thumping, so I think I might be coming down with, I don't know, potentially like the flu, the man flu type stuff. I don't really know, okay, but I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. So today's Hermitcraft episode is going to be a tiny bit on the chilled side, but anyway, I just thought I'd fly up here to see what is going on with the missile that we launched in the previous episode of Hermitcraft. I'm going to try my best to land on this thing, however it could be a bit of a struggle. And by the look of things, whoa! By the look of things, it has stopped. So we're currently at y equals 256. So yeah, it has hit the world build limit. And by the look of things, why can I see the clouds so fully through these slime blocks? That's really, really strange. But yeah, by the look of things, our missile reached the top of the world. It cannot go any further. So I guess we should probably break this entire thing. And I guess, should we rebuild it? Perhaps we should come up with a better design. Maybe one that uses TNT. That could be something to think about. Right, final few blocks now, and our missile has been destroyed. So there we go. We're now dropping back down to the earth. Hopefully my Elytra have in fact activated. I thought I was going to crash into the hillside then. But this is what we built in the previous episode. So here is the missile silo itself, and it is looking absolutely spectacular, if I do say so myself. Some people don't particularly like the inside, and I kind of agree with you there, so we might do a little bit of work on that in today's episode. I might actually make this thing just a tiny bit bigger as well, because right now it's like really close to the edges of the missile and it makes it hard to get around. So I might extend out the sides a little bit here, but this was such an epic project to work on. I absolutely love doing it, and I think we should really perfect everything in today's Hermitcraft episode. Oh, by the look of things, we have got some payment from the Spacebook store. Hashtag Mafia Bros. Yeah, because we're making offers that people can't refuse. Awesome. So we've got 5 diamonds from that thing. Sweet. Now, one thing that I did see popping up down in the comment section is people suggesting that I swap out the iron in our storage silo for cyan hardened clay. So this stuff right here, which I actually think is going to look really, really cool. So let's quickly shoot some of that around. I imagine we'll only need maybe 3 stacks of it. Probably not even 3. I've gone way over the top. I've gone so over the top with how much I've got right there. Oh boy. In the process of building this thing, I think I've broken a few bits of the redstone. So I'm quickly going to pick these things up. We've got, I think a repeater will be needed there. And then I'm guessing the redstone there. So that should power all of that. So that should now be fine. That is the item stream that is carrying along all of the items. So you can see how tightly compacted this area is. Anyway, we've got all of the redstone there. That should be okay. Why is that on stone bricks? Oh, that's the entrance side, I think. So that should be fine. Yeah, so we can't actually see those. Right, here we have redstone. And then we need a repeater. Good stuff. I can't see any other areas that need any form of redstone. Let's quickly give this thing a tester. I mean, that looked fairly promising. Yep, everything is closed up. That's good. And I'm guessing that means that everything should open up as well. Absolutely fine. Awesome. Okay, this thing has been fully constructed, and it is also looking a whole bunch better. Originally, when I first started building this thing, I wasn't particularly happy with the cyan clay, but I think it fits in really nicely, and now it looks super military and just super ready for action. So in the next couple seconds, we're going to start work on the new missile that we're going to be building in this place. What? My plan for this part of the episode was I was going to go out and find the redstone shulker box. No way! So, I have been saying, and I have checked this thing probably about 4 or 5 times. I have checked it, but I never checked the output chest. I always check these. Okay, so these droppers, these are where all of the shulker boxes are stored. So I thought that it will be in one of these droppers. I've looked in this, I've looked in all the hoppers to make sure that nothing's got stuck. If something's being powered that's not meant to be powered, or perhaps there's a hopper going in the wrong direction. I checked all of that, and I was checking everywhere. I checked in all of these hoppers, which actually, there could be a bit of a design flaw there, but I checked all of them. Everything has been checked in this system right here, apart from that chest, which is the output to the system. Which means that I must have requested the shulker box at some point and then walked off. So there it is. We've got all of our this is amazing. We've got all of our redstone components back. Comparators, repeaters, sticky pistons, everything. I am a tiny bit embarrassed though. Yeah, this definitely feels necessary. Yep. Yeah, probably another one. Maybe another one. Yeah, one more for good luck. So the next thing that I really want to work on is something that I personally am very excited about, which is a countdown to blast off thing on this wall right here. So I wanted to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then blast off, and then we're going to have some note blocks which make the sound of a rocket launching, like brrr. That's basically what we're going to go for. I'm ill, okay? Just ignore the strange things that I'm doing. Let's build this in the rest of the testing world. So far, I have created what I believe to be a working decoder circuit. So obviously, this is going to be a little piston feed tape out the back here, which has got 6 different settings. We've got completely blank, and then we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's just see if we power these comparators. That should do the bottom one. Fantastic. This one right here should do the left one. That's looking good. We're not getting any mess ups there. Right, this one here should be that side. Fantastic. That's all looking good. Okay, this one is here. Excellent. And then we have the middle. Then we should have one of the sides. I think this one's going to be the top. And then we have the right hand side. So by the look of things, I have created a fully functional decoder circuit in a really small space right here. So now what we have to do is build the piston feed tape out the back and connect that up into a 6-time redstone clock. And this right here is going to be the first test of the piston feed tape mechanism. And that looked pretty good. Yeah, there's no breakages or anything like that there. Let's just quickly have a look again. I'm fairly certain the blocks are moving around. Let's quickly just chuck in like a test block just to see that it's all working. Yep, so that shifted by 1. That should shift again. This thing is super fast, super compact, and also just really smart. I mean, if this wasn't for a Hermitcraft episode, I would be chuffed to bits with this redstone contraption. This thing's awesome. Right, okay, now all I have to do is I have to fill in all of the cauldrons down the side, which will be giving the output to the 7-segment display. I'm just putting in the final number right now, so I think it's going to be this one right here. That needs a cauldron, so that should be 1/2 of our 1, and then this one right here is the other one, I think. Good. Okay, so if we hit this button right here, it should go to completely blanked, nothing on the screen. And then when we want to launch our missile, it should go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we will have full blast off. All of the things will open up, and our missile will be launched out of the missile silo. Right, now it is time to build this mess of a redstone contraption on the Hermitcraft server. So first things first, we've got to clear out a pretty massive space for this fairly massive redstone contraption, and thankfully, I don't think we're going to run into the side of the back cave. I seem to remember that we've got quite a decent amount of space right here, so fingers crossed we don't blast into the main cave itself. Our space has been cleared out, and I've also placed in the display area right here, which I'm going to be building out a stone slab so that it fits in with the industrial district and also the back cave, and now I'm just in the process of building all of our decoders. So I think that these repeaters go in here, which there's going to be a segment of lamps there, so that will power that one, and then that one, then this one right here is going to run out, and I think this one powers the central section, which means that, yeah, we power this block, and then we run the redstone down into this level. Or there's a chance that we actually have redstone here, and it really does go much further than that. Yeah, I think we had redstone there, and then we have redstone running down there. Yeah, because then there'll be 3 lamps going across like that, which means it will power those central 3. Awesome. Okay, and then this one is going to be for the top section, and then the final one is going to power that section right there. After a little bit of redstone work, all of our pistons are in, and they should all be connected up. So these ones are the 2-tick ones, which means that these ones need to go at the start, which means that these ones here need to be single-tick ones, which means that these ones need to be 2-tick ones. Okay, so we need to do all the timing circuits down at the bottom, which shouldn't be too difficult. So that one there is an input, so we need 1 tick there, we need 1 tick there, and then this input over here, we need to be set to 3 ticks or 2 ticks and 1 tick. Yeah, that will allow us to do the whole system. Now, if we connect up all of these redstone lines and run a monostable circuit into the side of that thing, that should be all of the piston timings done. So let's quickly see if this thing is functioning. We'll quickly chuck in those blocks. Let's see. Do we have any stone on us? If not, we can just quickly grab ourselves a button. And let's see if our pistons are firing in the right way. Yeah, that looked pretty good to me. Yep, everything looks in sync. This thing is going to be functional. We just need to chuck in that redstone block up at the top, and then we need to build the piston feed tape, which has the cauldrons on the inside, which tells the display what to actually display. If everything goes to plan, this should be the final set of cauldrons that I need to place. So those cauldrons need to go there, and then we have 1 block of glass, 1 cauldron with the water on the inside, another cauldron with the water inside, and then a block of glass, and then a cauldron with our water. And if you're wondering how I know this, is because I hopped into MC Edit, I went into my redstone testing world, and I copy and pasted the piston feed tape out the inside of the contraption so that I could see it clearly, and then I'll be able to easily recreate it using pillars, which seemed like such a good idea. And I'm so glad that I did it, because it has saved me a whole ton of time. But anyway, let's pop down to the bottom. We will replace this redstone to make sure that that's all connected up. And now we should see right now a 1 on the screen, which obviously there's no redstone lamps, but that looks pretty promising. And if we were to hit the button, we should then see nothing go through the screen. It's looking good, it's looking good. Right, this should be a 5. Good. I thought it was broken. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, this thing works. Right, now it's time to work out the toggleable redstone clock and also the note block system. This is the system that I've created. Now, it is a little bit on the big side, but as you can see, we get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pulses through this piston right here, which should give plenty of time for each thing to rotate around, but also, obviously, 6 pulses is perfect because it counts as from 5 through to 1, and then we get the blast off, and then that resets the whole mechanism, ready to start again. Very good stuff. Simulation number 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Yes, it works, and it looks great. Oh, that is fantastic. That is so much better than I was expecting. Right, all we need to do now is we need to run a repeater line out from this thing. We need to run it round there and into our silo piston door type thing, so that opens up on cue. Obviously, we then need to run it up into the block updater, which will launch the missile, and then we need to create the sound effects. This is fantastic. Would you say that's a good rocket launching noise? I think that's about as close as we're going to get in Minecraft, to be honest with you. What I thought we could do now is build a tiny little missile that we're going to launch out the top of the storage silo, just to make sure that everything is working. Now, I'm going to be building this freehand. I have not designed any of this stuff in creative mode, which, yeah, it could be a really, really silly idea, but I want to see if I could build this stuff in survival mode. So I think that's going to be our launcher piston, and that will push up a piston somewhere around about here, and then that will push up another set of pistons, and then I think we'll have a sticky piston facing downwards with some observers, and that will drag everything up. It's going to be a really simple little circuit, nothing too serious, but we should be able to build it quite nicely. So here it is. This is the system that we've created. Hopefully that thing is going to be functional. We've got some redstone dust down at the bottom, which will update the piston upon launch. Now it is time to actually give this thing its first little tester. Yeah, I feel like I should probably check if my computer has got enough disk drive space. We should be all in the clear, so let's head over to our lever. This is going to be our launching mechanism, and this is going to be the first official launch from the new Blast-Off system. Are you ready? I'm ready. Flick the lever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast-Off. Missile silo opens. For goodness sake! Oh, I know exactly what's happened. I know exactly what's happened as well. Alright, take 2. I just tried another launch, and by the look of things, yeah, I totally haven't built this thing correctly. So I guess we have got to reconstruct the entire design. New missile being constructed, just 2 seconds. Right, this is it. The new missile has been designed, it has been constructed. It's not quite as pretty as the previous missiles, but it will do the trick. So we have 4 pistons in here, which means that it's a relatively fast, but not quite the fastest missile. And now we should get ourselves a really nice little launch. Let's just head over to the launch zone over here. We're going to speed our way through, and we're going to do a really swift one. We're not going to wait around. I'm just going to head over there, and let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and blast off. We have got a missile. It is making its way through the storage. Oh yes, that looks brilliant. There we go. We have got our very own rocket launch. Off it goes. Let's go a quick screenshot of that one. That looks well cool. I'm actually quite impressed by how cool that flying machine looks, considering I built it just really quickly in survival mode with no planning whatsoever. Look at that! The rocket sounds are perfect as well. It would be nice if we could like fade them out as it travelled off into the distance, but unfortunately I don't think that's quite going to happen. And I don't think you can move... If you could move note blocks with pistons, that would be the greatest thing on the planet, because then of course we could give it the sound effect as it travelled past. That would be amazing. But unfortunately I don't think that one there is going to be possible. Anyway, we have created a full blast-off system with missile silo. We have created a missile itself. I think the next one that we build is going to use TNT. But anyway, it is now time to crack on with something else. And you know what? I think that thing is going to be an AFK session. I'm going to grab my fishing rod because we need to get as many enchanted books as we possibly can for Mr. Iskall. So I just got back onto the server and I have been greeted with this thing right here. Yep, by the look of things, my fishing rod actually broke in the process of AFK fishing. I'm guessing that's because it did have mending on it. I'm fairly certain it had mending on it. Did I pick up the wrong fishing rod? There's a chance that I have picked up the wrong fishing rod. Hang on, let me just check back on the previous clips. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to tell, but by the look of things, we have only managed to get 14 levels in total. So I would have thought that that means that our fishing rod did have mending, but I had all of my armor on, which means that there is a chance that my armor and my levels were taking more of the levels than my fishing rod was actually getting, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm not expecting too much here. But still, we have got a whole bunch of books down at the bottom here. None of them look like mending books, though. Nothing in this one. I mean, the thing is that these books, some of them are really, really good. There's a whole ton of them in here. I would just like one mending book. That's all I'm asking for. One mending book, and I will be chuffed to bits. No? Not a single one. Wow. So we really didn't do very well with this AFK session right here. We have only got a handful of extra books, as you can see right there. And as you have also seen, no mending books whatsoever. That's a bummer. That really is a massive shame. I thought that was going to go really well. I was AFK for ages, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out. Maybe in the next episode we should work on getting a proper fishing rod before we actually do our AFK session. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.